does want to treat other people nicely. I think it's because people can be more honest online than they can in real life.
And more racist.
I was gonna say, how long has this person been online?
And there is like a relationship in this, so that little heart with the things around it, I think means that we're bros. You can marry them at the end.
I was gonna ask if you can romance your party members.
I mean, let me just give him a little, give him a little blessing here.
Gaspard, you look a little thirsty.
Get over here, Silvus.
Whoa, in front of Gaspard? That's pretty bold.
He appreciates it more.
Gaspard seems like the kind of party member that likes to watch anyway.
Look at him.
Hey there, it's been a while. In this video, Squip and I sit down to look at .hack GU in a new quick look style format. I want to give a warning up front. My audio isn't great in this video. I had my AC on full blast during recording because it's been so hot. So I had to do a lot of post-processing. I also didn't record a closer. So just up front, please remember to like the video and leave a comment. It's extremely important for small channels like mine, especially when I'm trying out new formats and videos. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, so this is .hack GU, the first game, which is called Rebirth, I think.
But this isn't the first .hack game, right? This was... How many .hack games were there? Like, there was .hack Infection, right? For PlayStation 2. That was the one I am familiar with. So I'm not familiar with this
There's
one.
Infection. So the first series, which is... if you look at actually this screen right now, it says The World R2. This is Revision 2 of The World. The first game, the first 4 games take place within The World R1, the original version of The World. And basically, they're the 4 PS2 games, .hack Infection, .hack Mutation, .hack Outbreak, and .hack Quarantine. And so those all take place in the first set of The World and follow Kite as he kind of works his way, kind of being newly introduced to the world video game and trying to basically save it from Kubia, which is kind of like a virus, which is kind of running amok within the system. And so this basically takes place, I want to say, I forget how many years after the conclusion of quarantine, but this is basically the second kind of bringing about of the world.
Gotcha. I noticed it says 2016 to 2017. Do you think that was like present day, or would that have been like future? Like, how old is this game?
In the future. I first played these games when I was in high school.
Oh, okay.
And the third one came out, like, I think I played 1 and then 2 came out pretty closely after I played 1, to the point that I didn't really notice the difference. And then the third one came out sometime after that. But this is, so I'm playing it on the Recoded edition, which is basically, they kind of update the graphics a little bit. I'm sure they just did a, what do you call it when you don't really do a fancy upgrade? You just kind of like, they upscaled it, I'm sure. And then they released it with an additional kind of 4th chapter. They added a 4th chapter to it, which actually could be 2017. That could be when this kind of re-release initially came out. But yeah, I played this back when it first came out. I had these games forever, and actually I sold off the original discs a while ago. But
this is what I remember about .hack. I remember it being super moody, but maybe that was because maybe that was just me.
Look at all these belts this guy has. Look at all the fucking belts on this guy. Moody, you say?
Yeah. And I also remember a ton of reading and just like sifting through emails, and that seemed like a large portion of the game.
Yeah, it's as much as you want it to be. Like, I don't usually do a bunch of, so there's within the game there are the BB boards, I forget what they're called. Basically there's like a chat forum you can go into. There's also a news outlet you can go into and read about stuff. So like you can find characters talking all about what's going on in the game and stuff in previous games. You can actually discover different like places to go and stuff through that. I just don't really do a bunch of that. I only use the emails when they force me to, or when I need to, upgrade some relationship points so I can, get the good ending, essentially.
So is this would you say this game is fairly similar? Like, what are we doing in this game? What's the hook here? Seems to be an RPG, right? Looks like you're buying items. leveling up, gain skills. And do you have a party with you right now?
I don't have one with me right now, but I can make one. So if let's see, can I make a party? Let's see. Oh, everybody's fucking busy. Wow, look at this. Look at this. So you do kind of story dependent wise and whatnot. You will create parties, and you can use them to go to different levels and stuff. But it's very similar to Quarantine and to the other original dot hacks. The mechanics are definitely better, but they're talking about either kind of redoing the original 4, or redoing one of the other games. I think it was Dot Hack Link. And I think they chose this one because it was viewed to be more accessible, and that's why this kind of got a re-release not too long ago. But it's very basic. So like you go around, you're given plots to go to a level and fight, or to go do a mission, which I'm doing right now.
But it's not turn-based, right? It's all
it's
like
not turn-based.
Combat.
Yeah, it's very basic action. Like it's not very fancy, I'd say.
How far into the game would you say you are right now?
Maybe 2 hours. So this guy I'm working with right now, Gaspard, him and Syllabus are the two guys who kind of helped me out after I got taken down in the beginning of this game. So they're kind of like your little buddies. They're your ride or dies. You start a guild with them and stuff later. But hopefully once I'm done with this task, I can show you kind of what the fighting system looks like. But I think one of the really strengths of this game is I think the writing's really good, and like you really get to feel for the characters. Like this has a huge cast of characters, and I think that it does a really good job fleshing them out. I don't want to go into spoilers too much, but like it does also even connect back into the original Dot Hack games.
What are we doing in the game right now? Like, what's our character? Who is our character? Do we know his real life persona?
So Haseo, basically all we know about him at this point, if you haven't watched the anime, is basically just that he's a guy who played the game, joined a guild for a while, got really kind of good, and then eventually at one point, so there's a force going around in the game called Tri-Edge, who looks like Kite, but kind of like a demonic form of Kite from the first game. And he is going around and like attacking people, and when he attacks them, they go into a coma. So he lost a friend named Shino to that, and that's kind of part of his drive. He's trying to figure out what's going on. So he was on a whole quest to get stronger, kill Tri-Edge, and save Shino. In the middle of that happening, Tri-Edge fought him and basically wiped out all his progress. So he had gotten to a very powerful level and got completely wiped out. So he's basically restarting the whole game now.
Oh, okay.
So he's kind of a little bit of a dick because he's, sad about what's going on. He's been betrayed too many times. He's hurt. The voice actor who voices him is Sasuke from Naruto, and it fits perfectly. It's basically the same character. It's basically Sasuke. I think he even has the same hair, honestly.
Could that guy get any?
He has the exact same hair. But basically, this is kind of the starting off of the game again. So he's kind of reestablishing himself. Syllabus and Gaspard here think he's a complete noob and are trying to like help him out. So he's just angry all the time.
So Gaspard
Will you do me a favor? Watch
and
over the
company
shop while I'm out there
don't
looking
know
for
that
Gaspard.
he's like super experienced.
Don't be ridiculous.
I think they do now, but they don't quite totally believe him. So he first said he is. He's like, I'm Haseo. And they're like, fuck you. No, you're not. And so when he was kind of big, when he was like at the top of his game, he was considered like the quote unquote terror of death, which is like one of the best players. He's known for killing all the other PKs because he's basically trying to hunt down Tri-Edge.
You'll be fine.
So he has like a reputation.
The Leroy Jenkins of Dot Hack, if you will.
Remember to greet them properly.
Exactly.
What am I, preschooler?
And I will say the voice acting in this is really pretty good. This is one of those games where I feel like appreciating the dub is great.
Doing this?
And the animation's pretty good, especially in these cutscenes.
Excuse me.
Yeah, these cutscenes look pretty well animated.
And this was like a while ago too. And then they made a movie which summarizes these 3 games. It's very similar style of animation.
Excuse me, mister, but there's an item I really want.
Me every time I try to order a coffee in real life.
You might have any here?
Just extreme anxiety.
It looks like we've got
And I will say I think the first game a lot is about kind of Haseo buying back into the world and kind of becoming a better person.
Oh.
Because he's kind of a dick
But,
when this game first starts.
It's all gone now.
Your money's gone? Hey.
I feel like that's a
don't you even
typical
remember how you spent your
character
own money?
arc for this kind
No,
of
I don't
anime
know.
protagonist,
After
right?
all, it was Saku's turn up
How
until
dare you.
yesterday.
Just saying it. I don't think they're reinventing the
This,
anime
this-
wheel
this-
here.
And
This is beautiful for its time. This is top tier writing. So for anybody who doesn't really know this, I feel like a lot of people who are into anime probably would equate this a lot to Sword Art Online. But let's just be clear, this came first. And it's much better. I will say this is a very early, like, because this is VR back when the first games came out. So this is a very early adaptation of this like VR kind of hub world MMORPG. Like they weren't really around back when this game came out. This is like a fake MMO. But you know, RuneScape and stuff came out in this game, but the original series,
okay.
I think the idea and kind of the breadth of these MMOs was not as much of a thing, you know?
By the way, my name is Bo. I promise that I'll pay you back the next time I come here. Okay, Haseo?
No way he's getting his money.
Hello.
Oh, it's Best Girl.
Welcome to you.
Feels nice.
And the whole thing with her is she looks exactly like his friend who he was like in love with, who got put into a coma.
It was perfect.
She chose the same character model essentially.
Jeez, you're annoying. If you're not gonna.
And what I do also like about the dot hack games a lot is I do feel like a lot of times the characters like talk about the fact that they're in a video game. And like, oh, in my real life I'm gonna go do this. Or like, you know, like there were parts in like the anime where the character's like, I gotta go like get food. Bye. And they log off. Like, and then, you know, it'd be like a bit dramatic thing.
It
Look at
does
that
seem
symmetry.
it does seem like dot hack kind of hit the right place, the right time, like when MMOs I think were at their peak.
I didn't really want to bring you ladies here.
When it's weird too, because dot hack really hasn't done a lot lately. I think that the last game was probably dot hack Link. And that was kind of like a only released in Japan on a PSP thing. I've been playing through it a little bit. I found like a modded version where you could get English on it. But it's also a very different game too. But they haven't really done a big main release title since this series ended. They've done a couple of animated features, which are interesting.
Don't worry about anything. One thing's
But I'm surprised it hasn't made a comeback yet. I think it would be huge.
Yeah.
I mean, especially remaking the original games. I'm really surprised.
Passionate eyes of yours. If you keep looking at me with such a beautiful
Is this
gaze like
the
that, I just know
womanizer
that I'll be forever
of the
back.
series? We're rewatching Inuyasha, and
While you were off
I feel
flirting
like
with all of those women,
there's a
I have
lot
been
in that
stuck
anime
here in
that
this
doesn't
shop.
age
I've
very well. Like all of Moroku's character.
Well, did you see? So recently there was people like at least over Instagram or Facebook, whatever. One of them people are complaining about the fact that before
Really popular, aren't you?
before Rush Hour, there's like a thing being like, hey, this was released a while back, and you know, we're all here for the jokes, but we do understand that some of this could be offensive. And people are up in arms about it. When it's like, I think it's just its own in the context. It's like, hey, we understand that, you know, this made a different time. We're not saying it's bad necessarily, but we're just saying that like this made a different time. And you know, we understand that these jokes today might be more offensive, like, or you know, under different contexts.
Yeah, I think a lot of that movie probably did not age well. So putting some kind of disclaimer up front is maybe the right way to go.
And then the thing like that too is it wasn't like this is bad. It was like, hey, understand that this comes from a different time.
Yeah,
is all it's saying essentially.
Nothing.
I don't know much about this pink character, but he seems like the most punchable.
Gaspard? Is it because he's fat? What's that? Are you fat shaming this little guy?
No, I'm just saying this dude seems like he would probably annoy me the most. Is this the like comic relief character?
I mean, I get the opinion that if
it's not life-threatening, nothing you have to worry.
if they were to make a live action adaptation of this, Josh Gad would play that character. it's like the vibe I get. Like he's Olaf.
Stop standing in my blind spot.
But he's kind of a sweet character because he actually tries.
This is the Terror of Death's blind spot, huh?
Now. Anyway, thanks for watching the story,
Why is there a smiley face in the caption?
Kind of sucked though.
Not at all.
Because he's like, you know, it's like a video game. He's like, you know,
Do you have
text chatting.
Oh,
So
that's
that's what
right.
the
That's right.
character does.
All of these characters would be, yeah, chatting. That's a good point.
You see that? Everyone really does want to treat other people nicely. I think it's because people can be more honest online than they can in real life.
And more racist.
I was gonna say, how long has this person been online? I don't think everyone's
mean,
as nice as she thinks they
You learn
are.
about her backstory. She has a dark backstory. I think this is just like one of those games where the main character's always like, I fucking hate everybody around me all the time.
Real leadership skills.
He's like, I fucking hate you all.
I
I hate you
mean-
so much.
For watching the story.
Leave me alone.
See ya.
I'll see you later.
and then it was just the two of us.
Now then, I better be going too.
Go, leave already.
Today we're having a meeting at Moontree.
Tell me how
to
you
help
really
the
feel.
victims of trading fraud. Would you like to join too?
No way.
See you later then.
Take a hint.
I got new mail. I got new mail.
Nice.
Here, I'm gonna not open my mail though. I'm gonna show you what the gameplay looks
Yeah,
like.
I want to see some of the action. So this is the, I'm assuming this is the like central hub area. Do you like always come back to this?
Yeah, I think at
between
one
dungeons?
point another hub does appear, but for the most part, yeah. So this is the Chaos Gate. That's how you get other places. Let me see. Like, can I form a party? I don't know if I think they're all gonna say they're too busy.
Just like trying to get a party together in Discord. Everyone's busy.
Exactly. Oh wait. Okay, I can get these two, I guess. And there is like a relationship in this, so that little heart with the things around it, I think means that we're bros. You can marry them at the end.
I was gonna ask if you can romance your party members.
I mean, let me just give him a little, give him a little blessing here.
Gaspard, you look a little thirsty.
Get over here, Silvus.
Whoa, in front of Gaspard? It's pretty
He
bold.
appreciates it more. You know what?
Gaspard seems like the kind of party member that likes to watch anyway.
Look at him.
Alright, show me this
This is
chaos
him,
warp
like,
here.
Why are you talking to that guy? What's going on there? All right. So this is interesting. So there are bookmarks. So if they want you to go to a certain place, they'll give you a bookmark, like this. But basically, the way that it works is you pick different levels and stuff based on these word names. So like this is, if I do chasing, it's at level 1. Cupids, Phantom, and this is the level it puts together for a dungeon you can go on to, and it tells you like the elements and stuff that are there, and the level of the treasure I can get. But I can change these. We haven't gotten dealt this all we have for right now. In the future we'll get more, but I can change these to up the level or lower the level of it. And you unlock more levels the more kind of level you play through. So I'll get other words as I go through.
This was in the first game, right?
Yeah, I think so.
This seems familiar to me. What is changing the name actually, like, what is it doing here? Is it just like, does starting have a specific, or chasing, does that mean a specific thing for your world?
It probably does. I just know that it changes the location, the elements and stuff, and the level of it. For some reason I can't get beyond 5 right now, so that's weird. So basically, you'll just get set to kind of randomly, I'm assuming probably not randomly generated, I think given this is all on a disc, it probably is pre-generated worlds that the names happen to kind of match to, which is probably why these games reuse so much so often, I think, for elements and whatnot. But yeah, so you can team up with your people. I know you can set them to like fight different ways and stuff and have different priorities. I don't usually do that. I just kind of hop in. Oh, I gotta insert Chim Spheres into there.
Of course.
But so this is the fighting style. You can initiate a fight, and it's pretty basic. It's literally X on the PlayStation controller is basic attack. There are some more complicated elements that will come out later in the game. I'm still pretty early on in it.
Do you have so like an ultimate meter or something that you're building up?
Where is Awakening? Here we go. So you can build up your Awakening, and basically this is a attack where everybody kind of either gets, when your morale goes up enough, you can unleash this, and it's like a different type of attack.
Okay.
There's a physical version, which is Beast, and there's Demon, which is Magic.
Is this
I don't
per
know if
is this per party member, or is this just like the whole party
You all do it
does
together.
this?
The whole party gets it. Like I direct it essentially.
Gotcha.
I probably have enough for this. These things you get by kicking these guys. If I kick them, and we steal their little light heads. That's how we power this land.
With the blood
But
of
then, yeah,
the innocent.
Exactly. Oh, is that a Mecha Grunty? Yes.
I remember this. It was laying around like this before.
Course unknown. Fuel insufficient. Function shut down. Emergency landing. Passing life form detected. Begin fuel
Is this like a
request. Big
random
Bo,
event?
Bud, give me some Chim Sphere, please.
Yeah, you can just find these guys around.
Oh.
I can't remember what happens when you get him enough. He does play a sick song though. Just wait a sec.
Resupply complete.
Of course. Yep.
Yep.
Checks
So
out.
grunties were in the first game, in the first set of games, and you'd find them and you could like level them up and stuff. Who are you guys?
What's going on here?
Are you gonna heal me? Hell yeah. Ah, you gets got powered up.
You got a coupon.
Somebody's in a fight. So that means somebody's already in a fight. I'm gonna join this fight.
Oh, like a random
Man.
NPC.
Yeah. So this would be like, if you were actually playing a video game and there were other players.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, this guy's PKing. I gotta save them.
Did they ever try to make a .hack MMO?
They did. I think it canceled real quick. There was one. Ooh, I got a fancy sword called Broadwheel. And you can customize your characters and stuff. So if I go to my equipment, I got the spin guy goo. I got anything else? Nope. I got the rough armor. Nope. And you can customize them with
in theory, you could customize your characters.
If I wasn't poor.
That's why you gotta use your coupons.
I thought, okay, here we go. Brave bracelet. Ooh, I can get fire and wind.
Or nothing.
This is arts knowledge. But I thought, didn't I just win a sword from that guy? Rude. Okay, I can customize his blade for him. Here we go. Got nothing. Never mind. All right, fuck it. Bye.
So far, all of these encounters seem very easy. Does this game ramp up in difficulty for like boss encounters? Do you have to grind?
So right now, so you do have to grind sometimes. So right now we're playing on a level where I am already past it. So I wouldn't really pick a higher level. But there are definitely more punishing levels. There's like a coliseum you go to and fight. And in this game and the other ones, you kind of have to do that pretty regularly. So those become harder. Like right now, we're just on a pretty easy map. Though, if you buy this version of the game, this new version that they released, there actually is an option to play through it without actually having to fight. So you can basically set it up for story mode. Oh, holy shit. Where you get in with all the best equipment, and I don't think you can die, and basically still you can play through just for the story.
That's nice.
Yeah, like they understand that. A lot of this, I do think a lot of the benefit of this game is, I think the story is the best part of it. I do think that the fights are basic, but they're fun.
Have you ever done that with a video game? Have you ever played a game in story mode?
At one point, I accidentally deleted my file of Spider-Man 2. And it was right before they re-released like the +1 version where you can go through and play it a second time. So I basically steamrolled through it a second time, and I just skipped basically every dialogue and everything. So I guess it's the opposite of story mode, but it was a.
I feel like that's typically how I end up playing games, skipping through a lot of the dialogue. Can you swap between your party members, or are you only ever controlling Haseo?
Nah, I'm only a Haseo. I don't get to be Syllabus or Gaspard.
Because the combat kind of reminds me of that Tales game for the GameCube. That was the first one I can think of, the first one in my memory, where it was like an action RPG, party RPG like this.
Symphonia?
Yeah, Tales of Symphonia. I think you could swap between characters in that one, but
you could,
I might be wrong.
That was also turn. Oh no, she wasn't turn-based. I can't remember.
I don't think it was turn-based. No, I think it was like this.
Well, I think this is very similar. It reminds me a lot of Kingdom Hearts. Obviously not as dynamic. I can't jump and shit, but it feels a lot like that, where you go around with your squad and you level them up and stuff.
As a Kingdom Hearts outsider, that series has a reputation for having a very convoluted story and storyline.
Oh god.
How convoluted is this story or this game compared to Kingdom Hearts?
Pretty straightforward. Compared to Kingdom Hearts, it's insanely straightforward. It's guy comes. This seems like a trap. So there are trap boxes where you have to hit a series of buttons to avoid them, but they are Xbox buttons, and I have a PS2 controller, so I don't have to.
Here we go.
Oh, never mind. This one's good. Okay. I would say it's not nearly as convoluted. It's pretty basic. Basically, you are playing this game where there are anomalies going on, and you get kind of wrapped up in them, and you are trying to, you know, fight against whatever this virus is in the world that's causing people to go into a coma. Pretty basic.
So I'm usually, I will say, I'm usually a gameplay first gamer, and I tend to skip a lot of storyline stuff. So the cutscenes and the story have to be really interesting to keep me involved. I will say the cutscenes in this do look pretty nice. It seems like they're pretty well animated and directed. Like it seems better than what I had imagined.
Well, and there are a lot of scenes where, like, you know, the character sprite just stands there, but like they fully voice act everything, which is nice.
Yeah.
It's not like, I feel like there's a lot of, you know, RPGs and stuff where it's more just kind of like their sprite appears in the front of the screen and dialogue box appears.
Yeah, you're just
you
clicking
can do that
through
in
text.
if you want to.
Yeah.
But I think that the voice work here is really good.
Well, you can really run, can't you, little one? I shall share some of my karma with you.
I don't trust this Tengu.
You can build up things in this game, like you can get like other attacks and stuff, but I can't remember. I think a lot of times like you get different weapons through the story and stuff. Like at the end of this, there will be like a chest that I unlock something from. Is that here? Did I make it? Am I there? No, maybe not.
You have a arrow. There's a blue arrow.
There's some of the enemies were there. Oh, nice.
Man, so many coupons. Did you ever watch that show? I don't know what it was called, but it was about extreme like couponer. It might have been called Extreme Couponers or something. It was just people that their whole lives were dedicated to saving as much money on like bottles of water and toothpaste as they possibly could.
I didn't, but I think like my mom did.
I mean,
Okay, I think I
respect the hustle, but
oh wait, I can use my thing. Here, look, let's see. What's X? What is X?
push X.
Oh, there we go. Demon Awakening.
Oh, here we go.
I'll do what I can.
So when you're doing the magic one, I just stand here. The other one gets you kind of a power up and you attack with stronger, but because I chose the Demon Awakening, it's I missed half the shots.
It looked like you were just button mashing, right? Is that all there was?
I was doing a very complex combination of button moves.
It looked like it was just A. It just said tap A over and over again.
I don't know where you're getting these crazy ideas from, but that's not how that works. What are you still doing here? Do you have more coupons for me? What do you got? Got any good equipment? Ooh, Curse Piney. I'll take this. I will give you... Oh yeah, and this is how you can trade shit. You just trade a bunch of shit, and you just have to equal the amount. Oh, okay, I can't use this. That's why. Oh, you know what? How about I trade some coupons?
You gotta hoard your coupons.
So that's part of the thing is when you go to dungeons like this and they're not story-based dungeons, I don't feel like they're as linear as they could be. So I want to show you kind of what you get from going to the end of these things. Basically, you just get
you've gone every possible way except the way you're supposed to go.
Well, but this is only on this level. I've gone on 3 floors so far.
Wait, how many floors are there?
I have no idea.
This is the point where you tell me there are 20 floors.
Oh, I think this is it. I think I made it. This is it? Oh, thank God. Okay.
Oh,
wow.
nice.
Wow. So, at the end of every dungeon, there's like a thing. Oh, look, I got Earth Wheel.
Earth Wheel. I will say, this game doesn't seem as gloomy and moody as Hack Infection, which is kind of what I enjoyed from the series, but maybe I was just a moody teenager when I watched it. I just remember feeling moodier.
I mean, I almost feel like you're thinking more Hack, the anime.
I could very well just be,
I would say
combining
Hack
the
Sign
two
is very moody
in my mind.
I'd say that's very moody.
Yeah. This game seems pretty cool though.
You really want to go on the community forums and read all about.
I mean,
nudity.
This just makes me want to go back and watch Hack Sign more than anything.
I will say, I feel like playing the games almost made me dislike the animes a little bit more. Not that the anime is bad, but like the story is so much more developed in the games. But a lot of that is, I think, also, Yuri Lowenthal's voice in GU is so much better than whoever voices him in Roots. But I do think Sign is the better of the two animes, though. And actually, did you know that there was an anime that came out with the first Dot Hack games, like that took place like alongside the games?
Yeah, wasn't there like each game came with a movie or something, right? Or it came with like a
I think
video.
it was Dot Hack Liminality, something like that. And so yeah, you got like a little like 1 episode long anime with each one. Oh, look, this person misses R1. This is like people on Overwatch. Like, I miss Overwatch 1.
Who would say that?
Wow, that's literally what this is.
Well, thanks for thanks for showing this game to me. Is there anything else in here you want me to take a look at?
I mean, at some point, Crimson Verse, I think that comes in like maybe the third game, or maybe the second game. This is like a card game that's added to the system.
Oh, well, you didn't. You should have led with there's a trading card game in the game.
But I can't right now. It's an update, so it's not going to load. I think ever.
Ugh.
It will unlock later.
But
I will say, I think
you can collect cards, right? And then
I don't think you collect them. I think it's just like a fighting game.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm out.
Wow, you would be. Like, and unfortunately, I do think that, like, what we were playing through here isn't the most exciting stuff. It definitely gets better and more interesting and more plot heavy. So, like, for example, there you will unlock what's going to happen with Kun is you're going to unlock your like alternate power that you'll get at some point. And that's a whole other element to the game, basically, because part of the game is you have to go through and fight the virus, and that's what will kind of next happen in the story.
I do think there's something kind of fun about piecing together a story and just like plot elements from reading emails and like piecing those together. It's kind of like reading like the computer logs and like Fallout or something like that. Like I think that's an interesting way to tell a story.
Exactly. Well, it's nice too because like obviously you can play like an article about playing games.
We have a whole fake browser here.
Yeah, well, and the news will actually come out in relation to what's going on in the game too, which is cool.
I love video games that have like fake operating systems and like fake browsers.
The cool thing about this is like this is one of those games too where you don't have to play the originals. Like the part of the reason that they did do the remaster of this is because they thought it was a better entry point for people. But if you have played the old games, if you have watched Sign, characters will cross over, but it's not so obvious that they are who they are. Especially in a game like this where since it's a sequel game, people might not be the same character. So like you'll find out at some point like, oh, this person was this character from the last thing, but they look completely different because it's a different player character. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't hurt you by not knowing that. It's just like a fun, Easter egg, I guess. So I'll say that is impressive for this.
Yeah.
Oh, the new model M2D. Wow. Oh, wow.
Well, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for showing me this game. This game looks pretty cool. I did buy this on Steam sale, and this seems like it might be a good like Steam Deck game or like an end of the night kind of game. So
absolutely.
Maybe I'll boot that up. Thanks again, and we should do this again with something else.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've heard this great game called Gantz.
No, never. All right, thanks. Bye. Thanks. It's been fun. Bye.